Hey Kimochis kids, it's Mr. Taylor back with you for another Kimochis lesson. During our last lesson, we talked about the feeling disappointed. For this lesson, I want us to give a drum roll on our desks or laps for our Kimochis friend that will help us to learn about our next Kimochi, or in English, our next feeling. Now, everybody give me a drum roll. And here she is. Here's Kat. Now, Kat is here with us to discuss the feeling curious. And here is how you spell the word curious. And here is what curious may look like. We are curious when we are eager, or in other words, we're really wanting to know or learn something. In other words, we are curious or we are questioning things or wondering about things or searching for answers. On one hand, curiosity may help us be creative and helpful to others, and on another hand, curiosity may get us in trouble or hurt others. Now, can you show me your curious face? Or how about your curious noise? All right, those are some great curious faces and noises. Now, Kat often feels curious because she likes to explore and discover things she does not know about. For example, at school, Kat might think to herself, I wonder what's in that backpack. Now, it's important to remember that when we're curious, we want to be safe and kind. This means that when we feel curious, we have to stop and ask ourselves some questions. Let's ask these questions to see if Kat should open the backpack. The questions we want to ask ourselves include, is this a safe idea? Could I get hurt? Could I hurt someone else? Am I following the rules? And after reviewing these questions, do we think it's kind for Kat to go in the backpack? Would Kat want someone to go in her backpack without asking? No, it's not kind because we would want someone to ask us before going into our belongings. If we went into someone else's backpack without asking, we also would not be following the rules, which includes asking somebody for permission before doing something with them or with their belongings. As I mentioned earlier, I think it's important to know that being curious is not always a bad thing. At times, we may be curious about how something works. For example, some people are curious and interested in how things like computers or cars work. And the more they learn about that topic, the more curious they may be about how to create something new or just slightly different to improve it. When we are curious, but not also being safe or kind, we can think to ourselves, oops, is it safe or is it kind for me to do this? When we are curious, we want to follow the golden rule, which means treat others the way we want to be treated. By following the golden rule, we ask ourselves something like, would my choice be something I would want other people to do? For example, would I want my classmate to look in my desk or cubby area without asking? Or would I want my friend or family member reading my private journal without asking me for permission? So when we follow this golden rule, it helps us to make smart choices and to be kind. And here's how we spell the word kind. And here's what kind may look like. So this golden rule helps us to make smart choices and to be kind to others, which is certainly part of being a Kimochis kid by being respectful, responsible, kind, and resilient. Kat and I are grateful for the way that you have listened during this lesson. Please take care. Remember that when you're curious, be safe and kind, and we will see you next time. Kimochis Kids.